Oh,
And
okay.
so if the will of the people is to go back to do more of a social democracy, is that something that a socialist country should move towards, or should there be resistance in the government to keep socialism?
I think the resistance should be akin to how capitalist governments have resisted historically any kind of socialist movement, not to that same degree of violence, but I think that, yes.
So just to break down what's being said here, Ethan Klein is saying, also this is why I'll come down on Econo Boy later as well, who's, I think tweets were fucking insane. But what would happen if you had a social democracy or whatever the fuck socialist government you had, and there was like a political party that was coming up that was, you know, like a capitalist or liberal political party? And Hasan says they should be resisted the same way that capitalist countries resist socialism. When Hasan says that, he's not talking about what is actually happening today, which is where people are like, ooh, boo socialism. In his mind, all of socialism is failing because of CIA ops all over the world that is destroying socialist governments and secretly murdering. It's like McCarthyism plus the Cold War era CIA. That's what Hasan thinks the CIA is doing now, and that's what he kind of wants his socialist governments to do, although not quite as bad, he says.
There'd be resistance in the government to keep socialism.
I think the resistance should be akin to how capitalist governments have resisted historically any kind of socialist movement, not to that same degree of violence, but I think that, yes, the solution to that would always be education and offering more.
Remember, like, the solution to enemy political parties is education. We have to educate them, meaning that there is no legitimate disagreement between socialism or liberalism / capitalism. It's just re-education. That's it. With some degree of violence, but not as bad, I guess, as the CIA was in the Cold War.
Re-education?
Re-education, certainly, yeah.
Like, Ethan even uses the kind of coded dog whistle word or whatever, like re-education camps. And Hasan just owns it immediately. He knows what these are, right? He must know the meme, right? The re-education camp meme. And Hasan has no problem saying, yeah.
Re-education, certainly, yeah. I know that that's like a
Let's
trigger
put them in
word.
camps.
No, not like that. I know there's a trigger word because everyone goes, "Oh, re-education." What do you mean, like?
Okay, hold on. Not in camps. Okay, whoa. Camps is too far.
Immediately, people think like,
Well, China does that.
Are you talking about like resident schools? Are you talking about the
China has
Xinjiang? Yeah,
re-education
100%. They do. They do it. They did it in Xinjiang, which I
isn't
think
good,
was,
right?
No, I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't think it was good. This is something I have openly criticized as well. Like that's not good. The massive surveillance apparatus that they built in Xinjiang is not good.
So what would be good about a socialist re-education camp for capitalists?
It wouldn't necessarily, I don't think it'd be camps. I mean,
like, I'm sorry, but that is an unhinged response. And if you can't see it, you are literally brain broken. I think Pisco, in trying so hard to be like not anti-Hasan, has like broken his brain on that response of like, oh, well, he said it wouldn't be quite like that. So like, that's not that bad, right? That is just an unbelievable, like, I would never in my life imagine a leader of my country be like, would you put people in camps? Like, well, not like that. Like, that's an unbelievable response.
Camp